Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is December the 18th. We have a nice 10-game slate I want to talk about. Really quick, man. Yesterday I had a wonderful day. Your boy was able to cash in NFL. I had to pat myself on the back, and I had a very good day. And then we roll over to NBA. NBA played a ton of cash games, double ups, triple ups, because it was a small slate, man. I did the all day. Had Jahlil Okafor as my starting center, and he did not play, and your boy was still able to cash, man. So all around good day for me. We gonna keep it rolling on this NBA slate. We already got a ton of news about certain players being out. We know Lou Williams is out. We know Embiid is resting. Jimmy Butler is questionable. He's looking like he's gonna play. Dennis Smith Jr. is out. Who else, man? It was some more injuries. I'm sure y'all staying up to date on that. If you need a website to check out injuries as they roll in, I suggest NBAstarting5.com, one of the good trusted websites I like to use. Of course, Fantasy Labs, you can follow them on Twitter. They'll keep you updated. And this is just a look at a few value plays that I posted on my Instagram. I'm about to start hopping in the Instagram business as well, so follow me at DFS Mastermind over there. I will be giving you lineup ideas. Now, I don't like to give out full lineups because I want to help you build lineups, man. If you just keep going to the store to buy cake that's already made, you will never figure out how to bake a cake. So that's what I'm here to do. I want to help you see my process. So here's an early look at some value plays. Now, of course, I'm going to run through all of these games, or not all of the games, but run through all of the players. I kind of want to stay away from the top tier dogs because I want you to be responsible for picking your studs. Isaiah Cannon, he got stuck on the list, man. He's only been with this Phoenix Suns team 2 days, and he came in and played 26 minutes. So that is another player to put in the mix with your boy Mike James and Tyler Ulis. If I have any word that Isaiah Cannon is starting, he is automatically my number one value play. I will fire him up. A well-trusted guy, a DFS asset, man. If y'all been playing DFS for a minute, y'all know he's been around the world, and wherever he goes, he is a nice spark plug off of the bench wherever he's been at. So I think he's going to be on my radar. I'm not sure how many people will pull the trigger, but I'm definitely thinking about it. Now, for some more secure, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just clear this out, and I'm going to go through position by position and just let you know who I'm rocking with. Now, of course, I want to stay away from the stud guys. Y'all know you can pay up for Westbrook. He's a monster. Chris Paul has been playing excellent basketball. I love him in this situation. Dame Dollar, man, I think he's in an okay spot. Going up against Minnesota, that should be a fast-paced game. Kyrie Irving, I really do like him in this situation. We know the Pacers like to play up to speed. I think it's a good matchup, man. I think Kyrie, Depot, and Horford are like the three names that are really like popping off the page. I definitely want to take a look at them. We got Kemba Walker at home going up against the New York Knicks. We know the Knicks have been giving it up. I think he's A-OK. Dennis Schroeder, 7-7 at the crib. We're going to hear a lot of got-hims. Dragic, I don't know what's been going on with him, but his defense is actually not bad. That's one thing that he's still doing very well. He hasn't been scoring the ball a ton. But if you want to take a shot on Dennis, I'm not mad at you. I'm probably not going that direction. I'm either paying up for Westbrook or Kyrie, or I'm going all the way down, man. I'm going to hit you with some of these value plays. Chris Dunn, he's just too expensive for me. Ball in a fast-paced matchup, I think he's okay. Jeff Teague, man, I think he should be A-OK as well. Murray, especially if we get news that Moutier's out, I think he should be on your radar. Now, if we get news that Dragic is going to sit this one out. I think he's a little sick or something like that. Tyler Johnson is automatically on the radar. I like Austin Rivers in this spot. We already got news that I almost said Dennis Smith Jr. He's out as well. But we got news that no Luke Will is in. I think it's going to be the Milos and Austin Rivers show, man. I think Rivers will end up starting at the 2. They'll run Mios, however you say his name, Teodosic. They'll run him out as the starting point guard, man. I know a lot of people are going to want to go after that Jawan Evans, man, but I really think Rivers is the correct move in this situation. He's putting up a ton of shots going up against San Antonio. If we want to attack San Antonio anywhere, it is at the guard position, man, mainly the point guard, because Danny Green, he plays pretty sticky defense. But I definitely like Austin Rivers. Collison, I'm going to kind of, stay away from him. Had an okay game last night. Barea with no Dennis Smith is definitely in play. Ricky Rubio in a fast-paced game going up against CP3 defense. Not the best situation. I think we could do a little better as far as value, but one thing I will say, no Gobert, no Favors. His usage will have to go up. He's going to have to take shots, so I think he's in play. I already talked about Teodosic. I think he's A-OK. Yogi Ferrell going up against Phoenix. We all know we want to attack Phoenix at any position. Phoenix is attackable. The only person I would really fear on that defense, man, is TJ Warren. I think he's hands down the best defender. Tyson Chandler's A-OK too. But, we can definitely attack Phoenix. Frankie, I'm going to leave him alone, man. Maybe if Jerry Jack was out, but it looks like he's going to play. Tyler Johnson, like I said, if Dragic is out, man, I would definitely take a long look at him with Dennis Schroeder defense. Tyler Ulis, he's going to be a pass for me. TJ McConnell, I see no need for him tonight. Or maybe with no Embiid, maybe they, throw a wrinkle in the lineup. Maybe he plays extended minutes, man, because they're going to need a little more scoring. So maybe TJ McConnell is in play. Maybe I shouldn't write him off so quick. Mike James is going to be a no. No DeJounte Murray. We got Tony Parker back. Grant is getting very, very cheap. He's still playing okay minutes, man. Not the type of minutes he was playing earlier in the season. They're using a lot of Nwaba and a lot of these two guards, man. So I'm off of him. Rozier, he's going to be a no for me. Felton, nah. Cannon, if I get any word, y'all, anywhere that he's starting or he is the backup point guard, I will fire this guy up, man. I really like him in this situation. We have a ton of cheap point guards we can go at. I don't mind Tony Parker in this situation, coming off rest. He should see around 20 minutes. I think they're gonna have to look to boost up his minutes eventually, man. I know he's just coming back. He's an old man, but I don't mind Tony Parker in this situation. We can definitely attack the Clippers. Besides those guys, I believe that is going to do it for point guard. Let's move on to shooting guard. Shooting guard, James Harden, you can play him every single night. He has a floor of 50 points. Utah is definitely a tougher defensive team, but without Gobert, without Favors, this team will struggle to defend, man. So Harden is definitely in play. I love Depot, man. Not a huge fan of the price tag, but I think he's in a good situation. Donovan Mitchell, the rookie, has been balling. Last game dropped 26 points, didn't do anything for the peripheral stats. That really hurts. But one thing I have to say is Houston is a very, very good defensive team. I think people are sleeping on them, man. They're very, very solid. I believe top 2 or top 3 in the league when it comes to defending. So take a look at Houston, man. They're very, very solid. I love Klay Thompson in this situation, man. Same situation. Everybody's going to be on Durant. I may go a little sneaky and try to get Klay Thompson in. I feel like he's overpriced for what he's been doing. But, Lakers, they have a way with allowing players to flourish. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players have breakout games versus them. we all know Thompson's upside, man. We know he can get the job done. If he's on, he is on. So I think he has a safe floor for at least 35 in this situation, with upside of 50 to 60. So I don't mind him. CJ McCollum, I think he's okay. Will Barton, he's been playing pretty decent basketball. I don't think I want him in this spot, though. Harris is okay as well, but I rather like pay down a little bit more if I'm in this price range. And I actually like Nicholas Batum way more than both of those guys. I think Nicholas Batum is a walk-in triple-double threat every time he steps on the floor. Going up against New York, man, he has a wonderful matchup, so I don't mind him. I actually like Wiggins in this spot, man, especially if we get news that Butler is not going to play. I think Wiggins is definitely a key cog to this Minnesota offense tonight. Ken Bazemore, I believe he's A-OK. J.J. Redick, he's fine. I'd rather just get more value or pay up if I'm in this price range. It's going to be no Marcus Smart for me tonight. Caldwell Pope, I do think he's in a very good spot, too. 5,400, he's dealing with the DUI, can't go out of town, so he's gonna be at all the home games, man. And I don't think Walton is gonna hold that on him, man. I think while he's in the lineup and he's starting, I look for him to play a ton of minutes, play his usual role. So I don't mind him. Hood, he's actually going to be a no for me. I just don't like him right now. I like other players, man. Clarkson, I've been riding the wave with Clarkson, but I'm going to have to pass, man. If we get news that one of these bodies are not going to be in the lineup, of course I'll take a look, but they got full strength, full rotation. I'm not going to bother that spot. Eric Gordon, he had a wonderful game. I believe his last game out, oh, man, no, that was a few games ago. Man, Gordon, he's so scoring dependent, man. Like, you dropping 19 and 16 points, and you really wound up with 16 points. Like, that is not good. Can you get a rebound? If I played 25 minutes in an NBA game, I promise you I would come down with a board, man. I promise you. And I'm only 5'10". I promise you I would. Damn. Holiday, I do think he's at a pretty decent price, 4,800, man. I think we could take a look at him. I love Wes Matthews in this spot, man. He's going to see all the minutes, man. He really is. That's one thing we can say about him. Very good three-point shooter. A lot with him depends on if he scores the ball, man. Like, he has so many, super just terrible games, man, where he doesn't score the ball. But one positive thing, he has been shooting the ball a lot, in the teens at least, man. So he's taking around 12 to 15 shots. So I don't mind him at that cheap price tag going up against Phoenix. I'll say it again, we can always attack Phoenix, man. So I love Wes Matthews in this spot. Robeson, he's going to be a no for me. No Lamb. Wayne Ellington, if we get a few bodies out, maybe. Not very high on my list. Once we get down here, Troy Daniels, I do think he's in play. I don't expect him to have an explosive game like he did the other day, but I think in this matchup, he should be fine, man. Should see the minutes. Besides those guys, I have nothing else for you. Let's move on to small forward. Now, of course, Durant at the top. I love him in this spot, bro. I really do. I think he has a wonderful game. I don't see nobody that can really slow this guy down, man. Brandon Ingram, he got the hype around him that he's supposed to be the next Durant. I think Durant is going to teach this young man a lesson. I think he's definitely in play, man. Jimmy Buckets, if he plays, I'm not even going to attack that, man. His back is hurting him, man. His back is hurting. Oh, he's expected to play. But I was watching the game with the Suns that they had, and he was just limping around. He looked so terrible, man. I felt bad for the guy. So I'm going to stay away from him. But, he has the type of matchup where he can explode for a 40-50 piece. Everybody was super high on Durant when he had the same matchup versus Portland because they cannot defend small forwards, man. He'll probably see Evan Turner defense, maybe a little Pat Connaughton, a little. It don't matter who they're running out because they're not going. Their best defender is going to be Aminu, and he's not going to play the small forward. So Jimmy Buckets, he could have a way to an easy 45 at least. Paul George, I think he's okay going up against Denver. T.J. Warren, I think he's a little too expensive. I do like Robert Cove in this spot, man, with no Embiid. I think he'll have to take more shots. Very high price, though. Same thing with Harrison Barnes. Brandon Ingram, I think he's too expensive as well. These are fast-paced matchups, though, so I think that's why they're getting the price bump. Gallinari, if he plays, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he may be back. I really do, especially that they got news that, they're already short a few bodies. I think he may try to come back. If he has no minutes limit, I don't mind taking a chance on him. I think he's a little underpriced. I know he'll have Kawhi defense for a little bit, but he will be chucking up the shots. So I could get behind him. And speaking of the man, Kawhi Leonard, man, I think I'm going to play him, y'all. I really do. He's only been playing 16 minutes. If we could get him to that 25-minute mark, dude, I think he is definitely going to be an excellent play. I love Kawhi, man. I'm not going to lie. He is one of my favorite NBA players. Last year, dude, it was to the point to where if I wanted a safety player, I would always take the savings. I would come off LeBron and just always go with Kawhi because we know he's going to do so much for the peripheral stats. He can score with the best of them. I absolutely love him. I may take a chance on him tonight. Courtney Lee is just way too expensive for me. Rudy Gay, he's in play as well. Josh Richardson with the banged up bodies, he should play a very big role. And he had a wonderful game the other day. 44 points, man. Dropped 28 real buckets. I see you out there, young man. Uh-oh. Who else I like? Jaylen Brown, I think he's okay. He's in play. Taurean Prince, I think he's in play. Ariza, we all know the story with him. Do you think he's going to hit his threes? Pretty much the same thing with Joe Ingles. I do like Nwaba in this situation, taking on Philly. Kid Gilchrist, he's going to be a no for me, although he is very, very cheap, man. He's underpriced, I believe. So I actually wouldn't mind him. Now, we're down to the point to where the value is about to get crazy. Small forward and power forward has so many value plays. I cannot stress it enough. We have so many options. Starting off with the boy Wilson Chandler, 4,500. It is too inexpensive for the amount of minutes he's going to see on the court. Same story with Bogdanovich. These guys are way too cheap, y'all. Caspi, way too cheap for the role he's been playing. Iguodala, way too cheap for the role he's been playing. Jackson is still way too cheap. Like, these guys are all going to see 30 minutes, man. Like, at the minimum, they're going to see 30 minutes. And that's just way too cheap, man. 4,400, and all of them have scoring upside. Now, all of them don't hit it super consistently, but all of them have a actual 25-point game in their repertoire, in their bag. It's just sitting there waiting. Now, the problem is trying to decide between all these guys, and these are not even my favorite value plays, man. I got a guy that I'm about to go to and talk about here in a second, but those are really a solid 5 value plays that you can really focus in, look at all around the same price. What I would do would try to figure out which game is going to be the highest, which is going to be the Golden State LA game. Try to see which player is going to play the bigger role. Like, Iguodala's usage is a little higher, so I may pick him over Caspi, even though Caspi will be in that starting lineup, man. So that's how I try to break it down. Wilson Chandler could see a lot of usage in this matchup, so it's just figure out who you like, man. Now, I'm going to skip past all these other guys because I'm not playing them. And we're going to land on my boy, Mr. Joe smooth get buckets Johnson. Now I talked about him last game. He played 29 minutes, only gave us 13 fantasy points, but keep in mind, he's coming back from injury, man. He's a little rusty. Now this guy was the lead. He was the leading face of the Hawks, man. A multiple-time All-Star player. I don't know how many times, so I just had to throw multiple. But he's a very, very solid offensive player, and these guys are banged up, man. Utah is banged up. Joe Johnson is my number one value play. I'm gonna keep riding the wave. A lot of people will get scared off that. I was disappointed with the 13 points he gave me last game, but, my thought process was right, and I'm going to go back to it because he owes me money. Joe Johnson will score at least 15 points tonight as far as real points, and he will exceed 25 fantasy points. Man, that's a bold call. I want to lock him in. I want all of y'all to go right now. Lock Joe Johnson in as one of your value plays, man, because he's very, very high on my list. Bare minimum price tag. There's so much value in this mid-tier that he's going to be low on as well, man. So I'm going to ride the wave with Joe Johnson. Moving on to power forward, we have a ton of value at power forward too. Now, Ben Simmons, if you want to, go ahead. I can't stop you. Porzingis, maybe. I definitely won't play him. I'm not playing Ben Simmons either. But I don't know, man, because Ben Simmons could have a very, very solid game because, with no Embiid, he's really going to have to shoulder more of the load. Chicago is not a dominant defensive team. We can pick on them. I wonder who's going to be guarding them. That's the real question. If he gets the fellow rookie and Larry Marketing, he is going to cook this fool, man. I can't wait. So I take that back, man. I may play Ben Simmons, but I really got a few studs that I absolutely love that I got to have. So it depends on how much money. Maybe I go double up on some of those value plays at small forward. That give me a little more money, but I gotta have Durant, man. Like that, like I'm so serious. I gotta have Durant. And I feel like I got to have Westbrook. And if I could somehow squeeze Big Ben Simmons in there, I'm sure there's enough value. I could do that, man. I'll look into that, honestly. But L.A., I think he's in a good spot. Anytime he plays against slower teams, he eats, man. So the Clippers are not going to be up and down the court. L.A. is in a very good spot. Mirotic is too much, man. I wouldn't play him, especially with Marketing starting. Carmelo, he's in a very, very good spot, man. Going up against Denver, I think he could eat. Last time they played, he went off, I believe. Let me find that. I seen it when I was doing my little research. Yeah, Denver 31 minutes, 28 real points, 41 fantasy points, man. So that's something to point to, man. I think Melo's definitely in a good spot. Sarge with no Embiid, he is definitely in play. Kelly Olynyk is gonna have to play a big role, man. We want to attack these Atlanta bigs, so Kelly Olynyk is definitely in play. 6,200. Marketing is gonna be a no for me. I believe Thad Young is A-OK. Coming off the back-to-back is not going to be my favorite play, so I'm going to kind of skip over them. If I can, man, I try to avoid players coming off back-to-backs. I want the freshest legs as possible, unless we're talking about Westbrook, who's just a dog, and he don't get tired, man. And that, triple overtime game, I was looking at I watched the whole game, man, and his motor just did not stop. He did not run out of gas. Everybody else was looking super, super gassed out there, and he's still running around, talking his shit, doing his thing. So that's why I love a guy like Westbrook almost every night. John Collins, he should play a big role in this game, man. I think he's starting to get his legs back under him. Michael Beasley is A-OK. Oh, no. Unless we get Porzingis out, don't fire up Beasley, especially at this price. But if Porzingis is out still, you can definitely look at him. Taj Gibson, I think he'll go overlooked, man. He's one of my favorite players here lately. I've been riding the Taj Gibson wave, man. He plays 30-plus minutes a night. He's going to get a double-double. And he has scoring upside, man. So if he winds up with one of those 18-point games, like real raw points, he's going to crush his value. Never, and his price tag is never too high, man. So he's definitely a good play. Tatum, I believe he's in play in this situation. Kuzma, Randall, Nance. I just hate it, man. It's too many bodies. I don't want to choose between that, so I'm going to stay away from that situation. I think Aminu plays a big part in tonight in this game staying close. He's been playing pretty bad, man. Hasn't been doing Chief-like things, man, but I love this guy, man. He's one of those guys, his motor's high. He fills up the peripheral stats, and I think he has a good matchup, fast-paced matchup. Ilyasova's okay. No Bobby Portis for me tonight. Trey Lyles, I think he's okay. I think what we're seeing, he's taking over this power forward role, man. So we could start looking at Trey Lyles, especially while he's a little on the cheaper end. I know his price is constantly going up, so take a look at him. Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki, 4,900, man, going up against Phoenix. He's in a very good spot. Jordan Bell should be chalky. He should be everybody's favorite value play, man. I feel good, man, because I promise you, I was one of the very few people when he first, I'm talking about one of his very first games, he had a breakout game. I was on him. I remember that night, had a pretty decent night, but now the cat's out of the bag, man. As long as Draymond is out, people are going to fire this guy up. His block upside is stupid, man. He blocks so many shots. It's ridiculous. Pat, he's going to be a pass for me. David West, he's okay. Max Kleber, he has been balling, man. Let's take a look at his game log. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't watch a ton of Dallas games unless I got a player in there. They're not one of those teams that I really want to watch, but I got to check him out, man. He's sneaky athletic, pretty big guy, and he has a little bit of offensive game. So in this situation, he could be the right play to attack Phoenix. He'll have Marquise Chris defense. Y'all know we love that, man. Ryan Anderson, Marvin Williams. I'm going to skip past those guys, but on a nightly slate, they are excellent value plays, man. I love both of those guys. No Kenneth Farid for me tonight. Tyler Kavanaugh, he's kind of fading away because, you know, John Collins is coming back. Jaretko, he let everybody down last time. Luckily, I was on the Udo train, man, so I was, you know, I was doing my thing. I didn't fall for the Jaretko. But, you know, he is a solid player, man. He's a decent value on tonight's slate. He can hit the three ball, man. If he's not hitting his shots, though, it's going to be a little hard for this guy to get going. Zhang, I'm going to pass on him. I like Grant because your boy is out. So I think Grant will see a ton of run at the power forward, maybe even some center work, man. You know, so don't be surprised if they decide to go small and try to run Denver out the gym, man. So I like him in that situation. Jordan Mickey is in play versus Atlanta. Y'all know we want to attack Atlanta bigs. 3,900. He is a wonderful, wonderful value, man. He is one of my top plays. I'd rather skip past Kelly Olynyk and go Jordan Mickey. Now, I have seen this guy play, man. He's a hustler, man. He's one of those guys you really want on your team. He's going to see the minutes. No James Johnson. I don't mind Jordan Mickey tonight. Who else we got? Oh, we got to get you the obvious, man. We got to go down to the obvious play. Amir Johnson, no Embiid, so he should see the run. That's going to do it for power forward. Then at center, wrapping it up. I feel like this video is hella long, man. It's a lot of players. Big Cat, definitely in play. I think Jokic, I think he starts tonight, man. I think he's in a good spot. Dwight Howard, man, going up against New York bigs. He should be A-okay. Cancer will not have an answer for him. DeAndre Jordan going up against Gasol. I don't know. I can't call it, man. I don't know I don't even know his range of outcome, man. I would say a floor of 30, upside of maybe 45, but I think he's a little overpriced, man. So I'm going to kind of stay away from him. I love Al Horford, man. Anytime we can attack the Pacers bigs, we want to do that. So he's definitely in play. If we get no Clint Capella or no Nene, I'm looking for Tariq Black. I know he's at power forward, so keep that in mind. If we get news that Capella's going to be out, man, take a look at the boy Tariq Black. Who else we got? No Nurkic for me. I'm cool. But he could have a very good game, man. It's just not my favorite type of player, man. He's too inconsistent for me. No Cancer. I think he has a tough matchup. Greg Monroe. Now, if we get the Tyson Chandler news and you want to fire up Monroe, go for it. His price is getting up there. Same thing with Alex Lynn. Robin Lopez, man, he could be a decent play. He's one of those guys, he will never really kill your team, man. If you pick him and you're expecting 25 points, that's what he's going to get you. So, you can take a look at him. Plumlee, I'm going to have to pass on him. No Gasol for me. I think Bam is okay. Anytime we want to attack these Atlanta bigs, I'm going to say it for every Miami big, man. We want to do that. So Bam, he's in play, but his price went up. Epayudo, he's going to be chalky tonight. Everybody's going to chase that 48 burger. Almost dropped a 50 burger, man. Everybody and their mama's gonna chase that. So I'm gonna probably do a slight fade, man. I'm gonna hop off the train because one thing I can tell you, he's not going to get 6 blocks again. This is what he does. He's a defensive player, but he's probably not going to get 6 blocks again, and he's probably not going to get 3 steals again. And he's going to be super chalky. So I'm going to kind of, I'm going to just separate myself, man. You got to make tough calls. You got to make stands on players and not be swayed by all the information that comes in. So I made up my mind this morning. If Favors was out, I wasn't going to do it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to rock with Joe Johnson and hope he has a better game at a cheaper price tag, and that could be my value. Holmes, I think he's in play, though. A very good spot for Holmes. I think he should be somewhat chalky, too, but I'd rather go Holmes than Epayudo because Holmes, he has an offensive game. He can actually score the ball. He will block some shots, will get some steals. I prefer Holmes in that little toss-up, man. Now, if we get news that your boy is out, like I said, Clint Capella, Nene will be in play, Tariq Black will be in play. Once we get down here, I don't think I have a bare minimum center for you. Maybe Salah Mejri? Maybe no, we can't do that. Hey, but he's one of those guys, man. If I ever get news that he's going to be starting, y'all will hear me talk about him. He's one of my favorite guys to target whenever he's in that lineup. So, look, that's going to do it, man. Hopefully this player breakdown was useful. Hopefully it helps y'all. I want y'all to get to the green line. I want y'all to bless up, man. We got to get it. I want somebody to take something down. I appreciate all the love y'all been showing me. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, hit me with a subscription if you haven't already. And all my day ones, man, hit that bell so you won't miss a video. That's it for me. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all bless up. Let's cash out. I don't know how to stop the video. There we go.